Just 1 degree north of the equator, sandwiched between Peninsular Malaysia and Indonesia's Riau Islands, lies the city-state of Singapore. Only 700 square kilometers wide, it contains 4 million people from many ethnicity. Having so many people of different races and religions call for much understanding and tolerance in this multiracial society. Making up only 4% of Singapore's total population, the Catholic Church here has been around since the early 1800s, when Portuguese missionaries made their way through the region. Welcome to the Church of the Holy Family, home to 8,000 parishioners here in the East District of Singapore. Hi, my name is Tolik. Most of the parishioners here give me many names: Blackie, Charcoal, Mimi, Patrick, but really, it is Tolik. I guess that makes me a Catholic too. I'm what many people call security. I guard this place from the occasional street rats 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm even here more often than the priests of the parish. Needless to say, I am the best feline to give you a tour of the place. So, how did I end up here? It just happened one day. I popped out of my mother, and there it was, 3 houses away. And as far back as I can remember, David the sacristan always makes his way to church at 5:10 in the morning. This being a Sunday, he arrives promptly at 6:10 a.m. to open the gates of the church. Every weekend, Holy Family Church runs a novena service and a sunset mass on Saturday and 4 Sunday masses. This is when this parish is most active. Since the thrift shop is right where I am, I'll begin with that. Run by the St. Vincent de Paul group, just about anything is donated by parishioners to sell. The money collected is then given to the poor. The next place we're heading to is one of my favorite places early on a Sunday morning, the 4th floor. The different ministries or groups serving Holy Family take turns to run the canteen. This Sunday, the Tolik group runs it. If I'm lucky, Uncle Jeff will leave me a portion of Agatha's famous curry chicken. Ah, yummy! The sound reminds me of our young parish members. They come here for catechism classes every weekend. A total of 32 classes are catered for about 700 youths run by a team of 75 catechists who volunteer their time and skills. Within the same building at Emmaus Center, the Filipino group gathers for a Bible sharing session. Down the hallway from the canteen is the choir room, where the Christocost choir warms up for the next Mass. The 11:15 Mass can be considered the biggest Mass each week, with nearly 2,000 parishioners in the celebration. You can almost imagine the traffic during this time of day. Fortunately, we have plenty of cool arches here to guide vehicles through the pockets of space left in the parking lot. "11:05 a.m. The altar servers and priests gather in the vestry. The lectors and communion ministers prepare silently for their service during the liturgy, and the choir files neatly into the pews. During the celebration, the Rite of Christian Initiation, or RCIA group, joins in for the Liturgy of the Word, continuing later for group reflection and sharing at the RCIA room. One can tell the season or time of year by looking at the art backdrops in church. This is handled by the art ministry that meets after every 11:15 a.m. Mass. Here, ideas are developed and produced by the creatively inclined parishioners. By lunch, the crowd would have dispersed into other parts of Katong. The youth group, on occasion, meets up for a prayer meet or some other activity. A typical Sunday morning has just passed. Many parishioners would have had the chance to serve Christ through the various ministries, or at least meet Him in the Eucharist. The day ends with evening Mass and the cycle begins again in 6 days. But for now, it's time for my Sunday noon siesta.